movies.
Over the past year, I've been researching the Iconaka, or the Hawaiian Bigfoot. I first heard about it through a kupuna, or Hawaiian elder. He was talking story about these 6 to 9 foot ape-like creatures that the pre-contact or ancient Hawaiians coexisted with. These creatures lived deep, deep in the valleys and jungles. Little was spoken of the Iconaka because whenever the Iconaka was spoken about, bad things would happen. So it was through talking story with this kupuna, or Hawaiian elder, that really intrigued me and led me down this path of researching and finding out more information about this little known folklore. And what follows are videos of the research that I've found over the past year about the Iconaka, or the Hawaiian Bigfoot. So today I'm out cruising the Hana bamboo forest, and there's some folklore out here. It's called the Maui Skunk Ape, also known as the Hawaiian Bigfoot. At the end of this trail is the Waimuku Falls, and then back in 2009, this is where the Swiss tourist was hiking and captured the only known image of the Waimuku Skunk Ape. She said it happened so fast. It was scaling the top of the cliffs up there, and that's the border of the Kipahulu Forest Preserve. Over 60,000 plus acres of unspoiled, untouched Hawaiian lands. Only a select few have been there over the past century. Venu Ishita, the leading Hawaiian cryptozoologist, believes that these creatures were washed ashore on the Hawaiian Islands by massive tsunamis 7,000 years ago. So does Venu Ishita's belief that the great Halasene earthquakes of the Pacific Northwest triggered these huge, massive tsunamis, unlike anything we've seen in recent history, and would often send small islands of debris floating out to sea onto the shores of the Hawaiian Islands. Now, these small floating islands would carry all kinds of animals, and quite possibly the Waimuku Skunk Ape, or the Hawaiian Bigfoot. Now I'm about 3 hours hike down the King's Trail. Along this trail, further down on the cliffs, there is a sea cave that Venu Ishita discovered. And this was back in the late 20s, early 30s. And in this cave is where he found some hair samples that were from an unknown species. And Maui is a perfect location for the Gigantopithecus to survive. Maui has 10 of the world's 13 ecosystems, and many of these are on private lands, restricted, untouched, and undeveloped.
It was actually a very, very interesting day. I won't forget that day ever. We've been hiking since I was baby. We're always barefoot. When you take that rubber off the feet, you really feel very connected to the earth. Every year I take holiday and travel abroad. In 2009, I came to Maui and I did Waimuku Falls. Once you reach Waimuku Falls, it's quite amazing. It's 400-foot tall waterfall. The sun was just rising. I was kind of, just doing my thing, taking photos. And then suddenly, I kind of got this feeling over my body. And just right now, thinking about it, I still have these goosebumps. But I felt somebody is looking at me. Just like almost like a predator to the prey. So I look up, and in the distance, I see a silhouette. And I'm like, oh, it must be a ranger. But then once I start really looking, I saw it was a very strange creature. So I take my camera and I zoom in and I click. See, it's right here. See, looking at me. I'm looking at him. He zoomed. He just went up there. Do I want to expose this creature to the world? will my photo cause some sort of like a danger, you know? Because then once the photo is published, we're gonna have this awareness of the creature, and that might put him in a danger. That was no park ranger. That was no park ranger, no.
It's dusty and hot out here. So today I am on the King's Trail, also known as the King's Highway, and the Ho'opili Trail on Maui. I'm here exploring a little bit more on the folklore of the Waiamuku Skunk Ape, also known as the Hawaiian Bigfoot. It was constructed over 500 years ago, and the original trail or highway was over 130 miles in length, and one could travel around the island. Just past Kanaio Beach, on the trail, scientists found a massive footprint back in 1939, right at the base of this tree, and is believed to be the footprint of the Waiamuku Skunk Ape or the Hawaiian Bigfoot. Today I'm in an undisclosed area where the ruins of a secret lab are. This secret lab was used back in the 1940s. Now this lab and bunker was used by the Homo Gigantopithecus research team, also known as the HDR unit, and it was formed to research the Hawaiian Bigfoot. Now through my research I've met Hawaiian Bigfoot trackers and experts, Keahi and Kanani.
Keahi! You smell that? Keahi, look!
This young couple has been tracking the Waiamuku Skunk Ape for decades. They told me of their discovery of this research bunker, and in it they found and secured some paperwork and the Waiamuku Skunk Ape footprint casting. This lab or bunker was built deep in the 40,000 plus acre, richly biodiverse Kipahulu Biological Reserve. Now this area is a managed scientific reserve and off limits. Only a few have been out here.
We grew up hunting boar. Keahi really got into it. He's been hunting and farming since as far as I can remember.
The hat? It was my father's. He was mauled by a giant wild boar. We were on a hunt together. Gored from belly button to armpit.
First, I didn't believe it. But then maybe about a decade ago, Keahi, he started to get into hunting the skunk ape. In the past couple of years, we've narrowed it down to this one spot deep in the valley. I feel like we're getting so close, we are finally going to make contact with the Hawaiian Bigfoot.
We spend days out here tracking. We don't believe in camping gear. All natural. No tent, no sleeping bag, no pillows. It's a Spartacus existence. This way we can travel light. Be on the move in an instant. As far as we know, the skunk ape lives this way.
But at night, we make our presence known, even to the skunk ape.
It is the digital age, so we do make sure that we have everything recorded. We have our GoPros, we got our drone, thousands of hours of footage, thousands. We're rolling almost all the time. We have just footage, just so much footage. It's insane, hours and hours and hours and hours recorded.
Then there's this strange guttural howling. There's a creature out there, and he is smart enough to stay just out of sight.
Speaking of sight, what happened with the eye patch?
No, we're not going there.
Bruh, she does not want to talk about her eye and how that came about. It was about 4 years ago on one of our expeditions. Part of the hunt. Collateral damage, I guess. Oh, man, that kind of sounded harsh. Can you cut that?
Today I'm on the backside of Haleakala and I'm in the Manawai Nui Valley. It's a beautiful valley and there was an alleged encounter here about 5 years ago with the Waimuku skunk ape or the Hawaiian Bigfoot. This is the spot where local skunk ape trackers Keahi and Kanani have seen a lot of activity. It was back here about 5 years ago that they had an incident or an encounter. They're flying their drone doing some site planning and
We got the drone in the air. We needed to get it to the back of the valley. It was about 2 miles out, and out of nowhere comes a stick log, takes it out of the air, drops it. This is what's left.
and they believe that it was the Maui Skunk Ape or the Hawaiian Bigfoot. Keahi and Kanani document a lot of their findings, and they allowed me to use a clip of a goat that they found. It looks as though something crumpled it into a ball and threw it along the cliffside. Now today I am in the forest in upcountry Maui, and I am again on an area where there's been alleged sightings or happenings of the Waimuku skunk ape or the Hawaiian Bigfoot. Now up here deep in the forest there's a lot of private lands, and back in 2011 there were 2 local pig hunters that were hunting on private lands up here, and their hunting dog just took off out into the woods chasing after something large. And as they went further into the woods they came upon a clearing. They found a massive pig hung by its hindquarters from a tree limb, and its head was just ripped off. Deep in the forest they heard a guttural growling sound, and it just freaked them out, and they just ran and got out of that area. And the hunters, they never found their dog. It's been about a 2.5-hour hike to get back to the clearing where the alleged Waimuku skunk ape or Hawaiian Bigfoot encounter happened. It's a small clearing, and then right here is the tree that the wild boar was hung from. I am on the trail again of the Waimuku skunk ape or the Hawaiian Bigfoot. I'm over here in Hana at the lava tubes, and they're basically tunnels that were carved out centuries ago with hot lava flowing underneath the earth out towards the ocean. Now some of these get 20 foot tall, and there is about a 3/4 mile section that they allow anyone to go in and check out. But this particular lava tube area is about 4 miles in length from the top of the mountain all the way down to the ocean. Now it is said that there are over 45 miles of untouched lava tubes connecting the West Maui Mountains and the Hana jungle. These underground highways lie beneath private properties where the general public may not go. These tubes or tunnels could provide a gateway for the skunk ape or Hawaiian Bigfoot for island-wide travels. Oh, God, the stench. What is that? Oh, it smells like poopy, fishy diapers. Oh, the stench. Oh, God. The local skunk ape experts and trackers, Keahi and Kanani, had dropped off the radar. I hadn't heard from them in months. They just popped back on the radar and told me about this new finding. They were on a private valley of over 30,000 acres of untouched lands, and they hiked all the way back in this valley. It was about an 8-hour hike in. They had to stay overnight, but they found these caves in this cliffside, several of them. They believe the Valley Isle beast, Waimuku skunk ape, Maui skunk ape, or the Hawaiian Bigfoot, used as part of their underground highway system. It networks throughout the island. And they asked me not to reveal the whereabouts, so I hiked out here by myself. Let's go check it out. Keahi and Kanani, they went in about 2 miles, and that's where they found their hair sample, the droppings, and the footprint. And they said the tunnel just keeps going, but that's about as far as they could go that day. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's definitely tight and damp, but these tunnels just keep going, man. Just going and going. Let's go a little further down. As you can see, it's pretty wet in here, but it gets drier the further you go in. This tunnel just keeps going. This is about where I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I think an 8 to 10 foot skunk ape could actually use this tunnel or underground highway. Be tight, but they can do it. It's an awesome find. Like I said, it's about day hike in, so I'm gonna be spending the night here. I think I'm just gonna stay in here. Frankly, I'm a little bit spooked out. Oh God. Make my presence known. Make my presence known.
Hey, you smell that?
We're planning a month-long journey deep into the valley. We'd like to invite you to come.
What? I don't want to invite that jacket.
We're heading to the mouth of the valley where it meets the ocean. We'll spend the night there before making our journey. Several years ago, we had an encounter there with the Iconaka. It was dusk. It was the end of our 2-week trip deep in the valley. A big storm was brewing. We just made it back to where the car was. Exhausted, decided to crash in the car.
What happened to my eye? So jackass, you ever been out in the woods, and I mean really out camping, no tent, no pillow, just living off the land, no weekend getaway, like Camp Kikiwaka style, I mean really out in the woods.
So today, I'm on a month-long journey with Keahi and Kanani in search of the Hawaiian Bigfoot.
What the f is that? Hawaiian Bigfoot. Seriously? You gotta cut that shit out.
So we're headed into an area that has had a lot of activity. No sightings yet, but there's definitely signs everywhere. It's extremely remote. Other than us, you're probably the only person who's ever stepped foot in this spot. Actually, a few years back, we found a footprint, able to take an incredible casting of that footprint. We believe this is his watering hole. Right over here in the mud, we found that footprint. This is the best casting that we've been able to get. Unlike the Bigfoot, a skunk ape has 4 toes, and Maui skunk ape actually has webbing in between these toes, and that is because he stalks the coastline and he needs to be able to hunt in the sea. This is an incredibly significant find. It's historical, and just, I am so proud of this one piece. I can't even, I mean, just look at the detail that we were able to capture. Check this side right.
This watering hole, there's bones everywhere. We were here for 1 week. We found hair samples, we found feces, even a footprint. And that stank skunk ape stench was here the whole time. And in this branch right here, there was a carcass. It was there about 10 feet off the ground. What he does is he guts it, he hangs it, and then he eats what he wants from it.
I'm all right, guys. Where are they? Jeez. Come on, guys. Skunk ape! Skunk ape! Skunk ape! Skunk ape!
Did you hear that?
Such a jackass.
What's up, guys? Didn't you guys hear me?
Heard something squeal.
So this is it. This is where we camp.
It's gonna be a long day tomorrow, fart squirrel.
Just gonna pop the drone up and do some aerial recon. It's about 1.5 miles down. So we're coming up on this sea cave. It's a known entrance of the underground superhighway. Look, there!
Whoa, you see that? Mark, that's proof. That's proof.
It's the Hawaiian Bigfoot.
Jackass.
So Keahi and Kanani just took off running. Keahi left the drone up in the air as a marker and they're just heading straight for it. I gotta get going. Oh, gosh.
We missed him.
I see the drone. There it is.
Okay, made it down to the sea cave. Skunk ape's long gone. But I gotta be honest with you. That skunk ape didn't look so real.
Are you kidding me? What is this jackass even doing here? He doesn't even believe in it. Keahi, it's him or it's me.
Alrighty then.
Keahi, let's go. And you jackass, you're not coming.
Can't believe we left him. You know he's not gonna make it.
Skunk ape's gotta eat.
Oh God. Kanani! You cycloptic bitch!
You sure you want to see this?
Oh God. Skunk ape.
We're so excited about our new finding. Check out this footprint.
It's a baby. That's it. You're done. You're not touching these anymore. In Search of Hawaiian Bigfoot Part